Wild Time Cooking with Allison Davis is brought to you by Corman Kitchen and Bath.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the Wild Time Kitchen. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. Of course, it is Wellness Wednesday here, and we have April May Health, and we've got some delicious kale chips, it looks like, right?
Yeah, healthy snacking. It's important.
Yes, it really is, and it's always a great thing to focus on and meal prep even, because sometimes it's the snacks that get you.
The snacks will get you when you're hungry and you just want some quick grab. You're headed for trouble.
Yep. So tell me, you've got two different varieties of kale here, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make people aware again, when I switched over to this type of eating, I told you before, there were things that were right in front of my face, but I never knew they even existed, right? And so kale is one of those. There's a very different varieties. Most people know the green leafy curly kale, but this beautiful purple variety, this is also a great kale, and it makes great chips. And then what they call dino kale, it's a little firmer. It's really nice for chips because it holds up so well. So I just wanted to show you that variety. Just pick whatever you like, or a mixture of all those. We've got both the purple and the dino.
Well, we were talking about cleaning the kale, right? That even the organic, you were telling me, there's reasons that you still want to clean and soak those. So how do you prepare your kale?
Well, any vegetable, I fill up the sink with some water, and then I put a fine sea salt and let it dissolve in that water, and then I soak the vegetable. That will remove pesticides, herbicides, residues, and things like that. Then you take a light brush it off. With kales and leafy greens, you want to make sure there's no little free riders, little bugs, little worms, or something that got on it. And then you just rinse it under cold water.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you were saying that even, the organics still use pesticides, and they
have limitations on what they're allowed to use, but yes, it's a little different, but you still want to wash it.
Okay. So how do you make your kale chips?
Okay, so one of the reasons that I used to love making kale chips, but it was a very laborious process. So if you go to the mac and cheese recipe, you'll find the cheese sauce. You can make it from scratch and then add maybe some jalapeno powder, some smoked paprika to it, mix it up, and that will be your kale, what you're going to toss your kale in before you dehydrate it, okay? But I have a powdered version. So you'll see here that this is the powdered version of that recipe. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of jalapeno powder and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, because that's what my family likes. You add the spices that you like, however you want your chips to taste.
If you can't find jalapeno powder, you could sub in like chili powder,
chipotle
powder.
Yeah, absolutely. But whatever you like. I'm a big proponent of you eat what you like as far as trying to get the healthy food in. Now we're going to add some water, and that turns into a cheesy sauce that you're just going to then toss this kale chips in. I've already got some prepped. If you'll add some more water for me, Allison, I would appreciate that. And we're going to show how these chips get tossed into this sauce. And this just kind of thickens up. And then I'm going to take these chips.
More?
That's good. That's plenty.
Okay.
Because I want it thick enough to kind of stick to the chip.
Right.
And then I've already got some kale prepped. I've washed it, I've cleaned it up, and I've stripped it. All you have to do is go like this, and it'll strip right off that thing, and it'll make these nice little chips, see?
Yeah, you don't want the ribs because they're a little more like a choking hazard, so to speak.
Yeah, and they don't taste as
stringy.
good.
They get real stringy.
Yeah, they can be a little more bitter. And
so you use the dehydrator, which will takes about how long?
Well, you're going to set it on. It's very forgiving, but I like to put mine at 135 for 10 to 12 hours, but you can start grabbing them at 6 to 8 hours, but I just like to leave them in there. Or you can put them in your oven at the lowest temperature. Now you'll lay these out on a tray and let them dehydrate in your oven at the lowest temperature for about 2 hours, or a dehydrator at 135 for 10 to 12 hours.
So you can do this in your oven.
Yes.
You're saying low setting, like maybe 170.
The lowest my oven will go is 170.
Yeah.
So if yours goes a little lower, I think that'd be great too.
These are absolutely delicious.
Delicious. Give you that crunchy.
And very
yumminess.
crisp. Yeah, beautiful. All right, guys, you know where to find this recipe. You can go to middaykentucky.com/recipes. This is April May Health, and then this is Wellness Wednesday. These are absolutely fantastic chips, so get to your healthy snacking.
Snack healthy.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this short break.